Hey everyone, it's Ophi from the AstroTwins again, and I am about to go live with Charli XCX. She's a Leo. I'm sure you know her work. She's awesome. Born in the year of the monkey, and she's going to come on with me. I'm just going to wait for her invite. She's apparently an astrology fan, so I can't wait to talk to her about her chart. So we've been hanging out a lot here today. Okay, let me see. I might have to invite her, but it's so fun. She is into astrology, and I can't wait to hear about it. So Charli, if you are there, send a request to join, and I will let you in, and I'm going to talk stars. So unfortunately, Tali had to go back to Seattle. We were together for the last couple of days, the last couple of weeks, actually, and we're hoping to both do that. So, okay, there she is. So let me see if I can invite her. Okay. Oh, technology. Alrighty. And hey, as you guys are coming on, tell us your sign and where you're from and where you're tuning in from. And I'm going to wait for Charli's invite. So, okay. Standing by. February is coming tomorrow. Her Wi-Fi is bad. I know. Don't worry about it. It's all good. It's funny. Every time someone's going to do a chart reading, there's a lot of energy that comes up a lot of the time. So, okay, there we go. View the request. All right. There we go. I sent you I accepted the request. Let's hope your Wi-Fi lets you in. There you are.
Hey.
Hi. Nice to meet you.
You too. How's it going?
Let's see if we can get our Wi-Fis to talk to each other. You know, it's Instagram. What can we do?
I know. I just have to say, all of my friends are like such huge fans of yours, and they're all freaking out that we're doing this. They're like, oh my God, I can't believe it. They're like very jealous. So I feel we're very lucky.
I'm going to say likewise. Thank you. So, little Sag Leo love fest we can have. Oh my God.
Nice.
So tell me, how'd you get into astrology?
Well, I think really I just like all the stuff that I know and the stuff I'm interested in is from friends who are into it, and from friends who have like read, told me about like my sign and my chart and things like that. And I really enjoy reading about like the compatibility.
Yeah. We have a little Wi-Fi. Bear with us. We're doing this on Wi-Fi.
I'm definitely no like expert or anything, but I just enjoy learning as much as possible, you know?
Huh. And it makes sense from your chart. So today we're gonna talk about this here thing, huh?
Cool.
Have you had your chart read before?
No, I'm quite nervous.
Yes, I know, everybody is. I just want to stay up front. As an astrologer, you know, when you look at someone's chart, it's a little bit like peering into their soul. So we are always very respectful of people's privacy.
Okay, don't worry. I trust you. I don't even know you, and I trust you.
Well, that's awesome. I'm the product of a Leo. I've got a Leo tattooed on me. I'm in the Lion's Gate. So
right. Cool.
So you've never had your chart done. Have you ever looked up like your moon or rising sign or anything?
Yeah, I've had friends.
Do it for
me. Yeah, but I'm never sure if they're doing it right.
Exactly. Yes. All right. Well, we'll go pro today. And by the way, I love your 1999 song, especially that video, because I'm a little bit older than you. So those were my days to go. Those were my clubbing days. I was the Spice Girls. I love it.
Nice.
So yes, our people who have not yet heard Charli's new single with Troye, he's a Gemini, right? Troye Sivan?
God, you know so much more than I do. I don't.
That's okay. which is a nice collaborator for you, and actually a very prominent thing in your chart. So, all right, so let's talk about your chart, and I'm going to hold it up. So this is the map. The chart is based on your time, date, and place of birth. So it's basically a roadmap to, your soul. No big deal. Your soul. It's where all the planets were when you were born. It's kind of like a snapshot or screenshot of the solar system. So let me know if you need to move or anything with the Wi-Fi. But let's see. We are. I feel bad. The Wi-Fi is going in and out. Let me wait until Charlie comes back on again, because he can't miss all the details of your birth chart.
Is it better in here?
Okay. I'm just waiting for your Wi-Fi. Okay. Cool. Are you relocating to a better signal spot?
I'm gonna just log into my Instagram on my friend's phone. I'll be back in 1 minute.
Okay, perfect. I'll just keep hanging out. We can't miss the chart details.
Okay, I'll be 1 second.
Okay, I'll do that.
Okay.
So while we wait for Charlie to come back, just so you guys know, this is a birth chart, and it is a snapshot of where all the planets were at your moment of birth. You can actually do one on our website at astrostyle.com/free-chart. Okay, there she is. And if you want to do one and follow along, you can. Let's see, I'm adding her back in. Yes, hopefully better Wi-Fi from her friend's phone.
I'm back.
Oh, that is so much better.
Great, yeah, I have an old phone.
Yeah.
Okay.
Your hair looks so cute, by the way. I really
Thank
like
you.
it back. Leos are always changing their hair, right?
Yeah, we are.
Well, we should just start even by talking about this, you being a Leo, too. But I was explaining to people while you were off that the chart is like a screenshot of where all the planets were at your moment of birth. And it's sort of like, I think of it as like your factory settings. So it's like, it doesn't mean that, I'm a Leo, so I'm going to be a show-off or this or that. But it means, okay, you have certain tendencies that cannot be denied that are based on the unique arrangement. So I like to talk to people about their sun, moon, and rising sign, because that's sort of a mini portrait. So your sun sign is basically your zodiac sign. And for you, that's Leo. Do you feel like you fit the Leo traits of being, performer? Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. What do you relate to the most about being a Leo, do you think?
I mean, definitely the performer element. Also the loyalty element of being a Leo. And I am stubborn. I can get really, really angry. I have like quite a fiery temper when I want to. I mean, I would say I'm pretty much like straight up a Leo through and through. But one thing that always confuses me is that I also am quite shy, and I can be really insecure sometimes too. Which I think maybe that is part of Leo. I'm not sure, but the most stuff I read is always about like confidence and like performer and loyal stuff like that.
Yeah, and that's why it's awesome to learn your whole chart, because Leo energy is confident and regal. It can be a little bit shy or reserved. It's sometimes Leo's off camera, off duty, can be a little, all right, now I'm going back into my lion's den. But their moon sign, interestingly, is in Virgo. So the moon is the inner you. And so we all have a moon sign that changes every 2 or 3 days. So a Leo born, in fact, Carly Kloss is one of the people that I do readings for, and she's literally born exactly a day after you, same year and everything. But she has a Libra moon, and you have a Virgo moon, and you're very different in some ways. So the person with the moon in Virgo, you have a strong writer thing in your chart too. I know you write songs and do a lot. So even though you're a Leo, your chart is also a very behind the scenes chart. Now,
that's so crazy because that's very me.
yeah. So you were also born, and I was too, during Mercury Retrograde. So, you know about Mercury Retrograde? A lot, most people have heard about it.
Yeah, I know. It sends people insane, right?
Kind of, yeah.
Well, everyone in LA is always like, "Oh my God, Mercury's in retrograde. Like, what do we do?"
It's a very LA astrology. I kind of call it the pumpkin spice latte of astrology now because it's like everybody knows about it. But
it's a little basic. Is that what you mean?
It's a little basic, whatever. But hey, we need to know about it because, Mercury rules technology and communication and travel. And when it goes retrograde, it goes a little backwards. So that stuff does get messed up for people. But if you were born during Mercury retrograde, you may be someone who's a little bit shy or speaks slowly, but is a lot more thoughtful about your words. So a lot of writers that I know have Mercury retrograde because you think about every single thing you say, or your thoughts are very important. So, yeah. And then you also have in your chart, Mercury was opposite Saturn when you were born, which makes you also someone who maybe, even though people want to know what you have to say, do you find that you sort of doubt whether it's worth anyone hearing? Do you go, nobody's going to care. Nobody wants to hear what I say.
Yeah, sometimes, definitely. I mean, totally. I think about, yeah, I do. So sometimes, especially when I'm feeling, most, nervous, or when I'm out in, a big group or something, I always feel a bit like, people think I'm not very interesting. That's how I think times,
Right. And what it really is that you just need a minute to open up. You're feeling them out, too,
Yeah.
You're not the Leo that just goes, hello, I'm here, where's my audience? You're more like, who are these people? Let me kind of try to read them and figure out.
Yeah, that's so real.
Yeah, so, I mean, it's good. You're very intuitive, but people may not realize, how much you have to say right off the bat. So, and that's actually kind of can be a superpower, too. It's kind of fun to be underestimated sometimes because, you can only go up from there, I guess.
Right. For sure.
But then, it's like, oh, actually, I wrote this song and I wrote for this artist and blah. And did you know, it's because even when I looked into your bio, as I do for clients, if they're Googleable, and who isn't today, I just was like, oh, wow, I didn't know she worked with all those people. So you have and you're young, so you have a really impressive kind of body of work that's only going to build up more and more. But you were also, that's funny, I have that too. You were born with both Mercury and Saturn retrogrades. So you're someone who's going to become more known over time for your thoughts and your words. And if you have a platform or an issue that you're interested in, helping people with, is there anything like that you have, like bullying or any kind of a cause or like that you want to help, or you find that your fans come to you for?
Yeah, I mean, I have a lot of fans in the LGBTQ community.
A little freezing moment.
Sorry, my friend has
don't worry
on how much he can use his Instagram, and it just timed out. But we're back.
Okay.
Really sorry. I have a lot of fans. He's trying to not spend time on his phone. We should all learn from him. All my fans from the LGBTQ community. So I feel like they've really given me such a huge platform and voice, especially over the past few years since I released my last mixtape, which was called Pop 2. I feel like from then I felt a really strong connection with them, and I could really feel a lot of amazing gay energy at my shows, which really just made everything so much better, and so fun.
Oh, God, yeah.
Yeah, right. So to give back to that community is something that I would definitely really care about and like to do.
I think there's definitely a lot that you will do even more. That you've got Saturn in Aquarius, and Aquarius is about inclusiveness, bringing people who aren't represented normally into the world. So helping people find a voice. And you really do have, it's funny because, you think about everything and you may be anxious or have a lot of spinning thoughts, but because you notice everything, people feel safe with you. They feel safe. Do you find that people just tell you their secrets or confess stuff to you all the time, or just?
Sometimes I think definitely the people that I allow to get close to me do feel very close to me. Like I don't really fight with my friends.
No.
And the friends that I have made, when I was, in school when I was a kid, we live together now, we work together. I love working with my friends, and when I make a friend, it's very much for life, So I guess in that kind of a way.
That's your Leo loyalty. And so you don't know your exact time of birth, right? But you think it's around 2 a.m.
Yeah.
Okay, so that brings us to your rising sign. So the rising sign is the outer part of your personality. So it's the face you show to the world. So that's depending on it changes every 2 hours. You could be a Gemini rising, but you could also be a Cancer rising. I'm guessing that since you said you're a little shy and reserved, I'm guessing it's probably a Cancer rising.
Yeah, that makes more sense to me.
Yeah, me too. I mean, it would be 2 a.m. would be the very last degree of Gemini. So I bet, just a couple minutes more and then it's Cancer. I mean, the creativity, you have a lot of female friends predominantly too. Or
yeah, I do. Kind of both, but I do have a lot of female friends, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you're loyal to the girls. You do a lot of, songs with other female artists. That's very Cancer rising.
Oh, wait. Because I asked my mum this a while ago. It's 2:25, roughly.
Ooh. Okay, good. I'm gonna plug that in real quick to my computer. So anyone who wants to do a chart can come to astrostyle.com/free-chart. Do a free chart for yourself if you want and find out what your rising sign is. And anyone who's just tuning in, I'm Ophi from the AstroTwins, and obviously, it's Charli XCX. Charli. You sign your name that way, I guess, I saw.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, how did she get the XCX? I'm sure you get asked that all the time, right?
Yeah, it's a popular question.
Yeah, probably sick of answering that one now. All right, So to do a chart, you plug in the time, date, and place of birth. So, okay. You said roughly 2:25?
Yeah.
Okay. And do you have any specific questions that you want to ask too, or anything you're wondering about, what's coming up, or?
Yeah, I guess. Oh God, it's just crazy doing it so in public. Let me think. I'm gonna.
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't. Especially if you have a Cancer rising and a Virgo moon, putting you on the spot is not the way to go. So you feel that one out while we talk. So
okay.
Or ask me privately later.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Okay. So if indeed that's your birth time, then you've got your moon and Jupiter both in the 4th house, which is the house of women, and so there's a very strong communication thing in your chart, and very much about working with women as well. And have you ever heard of the Saturn return at all? That's another one people talk about in astrology.
What's that?
Okay. We need to educate you about this because yours is coming up in a couple of years. So Saturn, that's a planet of maturity and adulthood, and it returns to the sign it was in when you were born every about 27 to 29 years. So from about age 27, 28 to 30, you go through this big growth period where you suddenly, it can be really great for your career. I switched over to being an astrologer during mine. It's very clarifying. It's a time when people start to look to you as a role model even more, have more expectations. So if there's like any kind of like a really big project that you have in mind, or something that like you're like, I know I want to do this one day, like starting my own record label for independent artists or something, just making that up, but something like that, or like I want to write a book, or I want to do like, but I'm not quite ready yet. So when your Saturn return comes along, that's when you feel like, all right, I think I could do this now. I tried all these other things, and now I kind of know where I want to go with it. So it's good to take the pressure off of yourself. Yours is going to start at the end of 2019. It lasts for about 2.5 to 3 years. So, you got another, well, not quite a year, but a few more months to kind of screw around until you're...
So, wait, but do you think, can that be applied to, like, relationships, too, do you think?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And Saturn also rules the father, so anyone who has daddy issues, prepare to deal with them during that time. But,
Great. Awesome.
But, no, you don't have Saturn.
Saying nothing, but maybe you've got something there. Cool.
Yeah, you want to ask me a relationship question in public in front of millions of people?
No, I don't. I can't. I mean, I do, but I can't do it on Instagram Live, but I really...
Yeah, we'll do that one later, but I will say about your chart, and will not reveal anything. So there's two... So you want to talk about past lives a little bit? Why not?
Sure, hit me. Let's go.
So you can actually see your past lives in the astrology chart. There's 2 points called the North and South Node, Node. And you might get obsessed with this after we talk about it. A lot of people do. So the South Node is what you were in your past lives. It's sort of the natural talents that you came into this lifetime having. And then the North Node is what you're here to learn about. And that's sort of your learning curve. So it might be an area that's a little difficult for you, or that you have have a few do-overs in. So your South Node is in Gemini, and it's in, which is the sign of the writer. So there you go. There's another writer thing. Friends. And your North Node is in Sagittarius, which is about, the bigger world. It's interesting because you just collaborated with a Gemini, with Troye, but you've also worked with a lot of Sages, with Rita Ora and Taylor Swift. So you should start to pay attention to how many Geminis and Sagittarians are in your life. Sages.
Oh, 1 second. I'm off the Wi-Fi.
Sorry, now it's my connection. Sagittarians are the people... Oh, okay. Okay, no problem.
I'm back.
Okay, there we go. I think my wife...
Sorry, it was going in and out, and I was so...
I gotta tell you, this has happened to me so many times. I'm starting to develop a conspiracy theory about it. When I start talking about the nodes and past lives and destinies, I can't tell you how many people's calls have gotten dropped when I start to... It's like, yeah, I can hear you, kind of. Let's see. See? Here we go. With that. Connection is... Okay. You have a storm? Oh, shoot.
Yeah, so the Wi-Fi's bad. But I can hear you. Go for it.
Okay, well, I was saying that, like, I've had so many readings where when I start to talk to people about this, the connection gets dropped. Like it's some sort of alien intel they're not supposed to have or something. So, this first time that's happened. Okay, people are saying this connection. All right, let's see. Let's give it a minute to come back. complaining. I'm sorry, we don't control the Wi-Fi.
Maybe it's her.
You're okay. Nothing's changed.
Oh, I can see. Can you see me?
I think it was my Wi-Fi.
I think it might have been yours. I think I'm good for
It might have
now,
been.
maybe.
You know, I'm in New York City, and we're so advanced, but our Wi-Fi sucks here. So.
Isn't it snowing there right now as well?
Oh my God, I just turned it off on my phone. So, sorry, all the people who are complaining. I don't work for Time Warner Cable, okay? We're doing our best here. So, thank you for all the advice. Get a better internet connection when it's available. I will. So, anyway, back to you and your charts.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's make sure. Can everybody hear us again? I think we're good. So, anyway, your North Node, your destiny point that I was talking about, is in Sagittarius. So, and it's very close to your relationship house, possibly in it. So, you are here to learn about relationships. That is your school in this lifetime. So, and you also, so your chart around relationships just shows that, in a nutshell, without exposing anything personal, that, you know, there's a part of you that really has this fantasy of how they could be, very idealistic, but then also, you know, you like your freedom, you like your, you know,
crazy.
you don't like to be pinned down. So, like, part of you wants to be swept away, and another part of you is like, do not try to, you know, cage me in anywhere. And that's, is that sounding accurate?
It's like
to you?
so bang on, like crazy. When do I get over that then?
Well, it's, the Saturn return is kind of gonna, no, not never. You're actually kind of dealing with that now in a big way. Like,
I am! I literally am!
Yeah, this is like the time, like, I don't know if you're in like a situation where it's just like, oh shit, I'm just seeing all of it. Just like, it's in your face. There's someone or a situation that it's just very like, it's like, I can't quit them. It's like, you know, I don't know, it could be someone who keeps coming in and out, or someone that you're like, I like them, but I don't know if I can do this. And the circumstances aren't really lining up that well. And that's Saturn going through your relationship houses, and just kind of, you know, Saturn forces you to confront things. So it's forcing you to confront the part of you that's a little commitment phobic, I'd say. And then the other part of you that might be unrealistic about your expectations, but not willing to settle for, it's like, you're not the kind of person, maybe that's the Leo in you too, but you don't want to just, you know, have an ordinary relationship. It has to be sort of, you know, one for the books, the love of your life, but they have to give you freedom.
Then how do I figure that out? How do I figure that out?
You know, I always tell people to be patient with the Saturn return coming, because honestly, you do work that out during that time that's going to start in December of this year. This is actually for Leos a year to really, you are a little dramatic this year. I'm going to be honest. You're feeling it all very intensely, and last year too. So there's, you know, just you kind of got to let your inner, you got to let your inner teenage girl like write, you know, the little names and the bubbly script with the hearts, and, you know, draw unicorns on everything or something this year. But end of the year, there's, you know, you got to get a few things out of your system. You have this part of you that's very kind of an eternal child or teenager too, and so if someone is pressuring you to settle down, or like, look, I love you, but I can't just keep following you around forever, or it's like you got to just pick a pick a side, or are we doing this or not? You got to tell them, I can't tell you that right now. You want to be with me? Give me some space, and I need this time. I'm not there yet, even if you are. So it could be a situation like that, or maybe you're the one who's saying that to somebody else. Could be one way or the other, but the Saturn return that you're going to have from the end of this year for a couple of years is just really, it's going to sort that out for you. You're not ready to settle down yet, and don't pressure yourself to do that. So I always say the people that get married in their mid and early 20s, I'd say like, okay, but do that carefully because the stars may not be ready. That makes sense to you? Try to
So much sense. Yeah.
Okay.
Crazy. Wow. Okay. This has been so good. I think I actually have to go now because I have to film something, but I could literally talk to you all day.
Oh my God. Well, I have to come over and hang out there or something. I don't know. I like your place looks awesome wherever you are.
Oh yeah, this is like pink fur wall I'm up against.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is awesome. That is so Leo, a fur wall. So, all right. Well, we'll chat again then. We'll get into the stars. So thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you.
Check out Charli XCX's new single, 1999, and astrostyle.com. All right. Bye.
Okay. Soon. Bye.
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 Well, that was awesome. Hey, who knew? We've got pop stars that read our horoscopes. I love it. Thank you guys all for coming on. Is that Gaga? Thank you. People tell me I look like Lady Gaga sometimes. I'll take it as a compliment, I hope. No, I'm Ophi from the AstroTwins. Check out your horoscopes at astrostyle.com, and we'll be seeing you later.